Welcome to Modi Makes.
Have you ever wanted to paint like a professional? Have you ever wanted to paint an amazing work of art, point at it on a wall, and tell your friends that you made that? As they shower you with praise and money and giant Mario gold coins. Oh God, they're so heavy. Ow. So dumb. I love it. I love it. Does this remind you of yourself?
I want to make amazing paintings, but it's just too dang hard.
Every time that I touch a brush, it violently slips and flies out of my hands. I have to wear this bag on my head because of what happened last time that I tried to paint.
If you said yes to any of these, then you need to get yourself the new DIY skateboard wall art kit from Alpha 6. What is the new DIY skateboard wall art kit by Alpha 6, you ask? Well, it's only the perfect painting kit that will change your life. And you can grab yours from the link in the description, and when you do, you help support me directly. Thank you so much. And let's go check it out now. Alright, let's see what kind of tasty vittles have been sent my way today. This is from Alpha 6. Bear with me, these might be the world's most garbage pair of scissors. Get rid of all of that so y'all can't dox me, or I can't dox myself. Whichever. I like presents. We got sticker. Always need stickers. Ooh. We got paint. The greatest gift a man can receive. Every kiss begins with K. We got our reference sketch. Look at that beauty. Ain't she nice? Looks like there's transfer paper and the sketch template to transfer with. We got this bad boy, which is a sneak peek for a future video, but that's gonna have to hide for now. You just have to wait. Be patient. Be patient. We got a lot of packing peanuts, and we got ourselves dun a skate deck. Beautiful. You know, it's been a long time since I worked on a skate deck on this channel, and I've always been a huge fan of painting these guys, but I ran out of blank skate decks and just haven't wanted to go get more. But maybe that's something I need to do more of on this channel. But you guys will get your fix today anyway, so don't be greedy now. I never know what to do with all these packing peanuts. I mean, I get it, because these are sensitive materials, you know. Packing peanuts aren't the best, but they are really good at their job. And just because the peeps over at Alpha 6 are so generous and they're so confident that I'm going to love their product, which I already do. If you haven't seen the last video, I think I made that very clear, and you will too. They also sent me some extra little goodies for me to use throughout my videos for free because they're amazing. They sent me another of their pack of acrylic paint pens, another of their pack of their smaller sneaker pens, which I still haven't gotten a chance to try yet personally, but that'll be coming up soon. Keep your eyes out for that. And the true beauty, their monster pack of their acrylic brush paint. Now, this video is going to be the first time that I'm trying this stuff out because some of it comes in the kit for this project itself. Now, let's get into what y'all actually came here to see now that my first ever unboxing on this channel is complete. So let's check out everything we get in our kit here. The first thing to check out in this package here is a reference image to base your painting on, your line art to transfer the design over, and transfer paper to aid you in that transferring. Now let's check out the contents of our paint bag. What you'll find in this goodie bag is yellow acrylic brush paint, a wide brush, 2 sizes of black paint pens, white, blue, and light blue paint pens, and this funky little stylus to help you transfer over your line art. Now let's break open the skateboard. As you can tell by referencing your reference image, the first thing we need to do is paint this whole board with the yellow brush paint to fill in our background. So just shake the devil out of that bad boy to scare it straight and remove your safety stopper. Now grab your wide brush. And we don't waste paint in this family, so wipe off that safety cap, then start brushing your paint onto your skateboard. Okay, that's too slow, so let's get some more paint on there faster, shall we? Now the tricky thing about yellow paint is it does need quite a few coats to be opaque. Pro tip for any painters looking to make this quicker and easier, if you happen to have gesso or white acrylic paint, I would apply 2 coats of either or one of each, gesso first of course, before applying the yellow paint. But since I am determined to do this using only the supplies that come in the kit, I'm just going to keep painting this yellow on the whole board, including the sides for the best look. And then I'll just keep adding on yellow layers until I get my desired look for the background. Now you don't have to add more than 1 layer, it depends on the look you want. If you want some of the wood from the board to show through, then just add 1 layer. If you want it to look super graphic and flat like me, well, I added 3 layers of paint, making sure to let them dry completely in between each layer. And with my board now the appropriate shade of Big Bird yellow, I can quickly struggle to roll out some transfer paper to apply my sketch. Stay. You want to tape your transfer paper down as tightly as possible to avoid movement that rubs undesirable charcoal all over your pristine yellow board. And then very carefully tape down the sketch on top of your transfer paper, trying to center it as closely as you can. Now here's where this funky little stylus dealie comes into play. With these 2 metal nibs, you can apply high pressure in a small area, rubbing the charcoal from the transfer paper onto the board as you follow the lines. Now I know this sketch can seem pretty daunting to look at because there are quite a few lines, but just carefully follow the line work, doing the best that you can to remember which lines you've transferred, and I promise your patience will reward you with all the information you need to perfectly replicate this painting.
You gotta be kidding me.
Well...
Jeez, it left a lot of extra residue. I have never had that issue before. Look at all that. Well, time to do some cleanup, I guess. So, I messed up, and I wanted to leave this in to show y'all that I make mistakes too, and it's okay to make mistakes. One of the beautiful things about painting is that all problems are solvable. You see, it's been a while since I've used transfer paper for my paintings, and I forgot just how careful you need to be. I was resting my hand all over the painting and putting pressure where I didn't want it to be, thus transferring charcoal all over the board. And since the board is bright yellow, the charcoal shows up really easily and cannot effectively be erased, at least not when there's this much of it. So off camera, I went back and covered the entire board in a layer of gesso, then a layer of white acrylic paint, and then a brand new layer of yellow for a fresh start. Now, I know the kit doesn't include gesso and white paint, but it also didn't include that transfer paper I used the first time. So I think Apollo, Roman god of the arts, cursed me for cheating and ruined my first attempt. So I just got us back to where we were, and I'll use the proper transfer papers this time to appease the gods and regain their blessing for this most sacred of projects. Once again, I will even more carefully tape down the transfer paper, followed by the line art to transfer. Deep breaths, Mr. Makes. Deep breaths. So I'll redo this whole sketch transfer step, being very careful this time to not apply any pressure anywhere that I don't want charcoal to be. With perseverance and patience, people, we can overcome anything. And And with only a very chill half a day wasted, I have a beautiful sketch transferred over and we're finally ready to get into the nitty-gritty of this painting. So grab your paint pens and just forget that any of that even happened. Then grab your reference image and go ahead and fill in all your whites and blues. You don't have to be too careful or worried at first when applying these color flats. The reason we leave the black shading and line work for the end is so we can use that black to clean up all the other colors. So just be kinda careful trying to fill in the areas completely as accurately as you can. With some of these colors, you may want to apply more than one coat for full opacity. In general, cool tones get better coverage, but it really comes down to the contrast between colors. So with a bright yellow background, that may show through the blue slightly with only one coat. However, make sure that your first coat dries completely before attempting to apply another layer, or you might scrape up some of your partially dried first layer and turn your painting into a streaky mess. In general though, the number one piece of advice I would give for getting solid fills with paint pens is to make sure your nib is well saturated with paint. When you're initially loading your nib for the first time, make sure to shake the pen well for around a full minute and press the pen down until the nib is completely changed color. Then continue to press the pen down a good 3 to 4 times every little bit to continue feeding fresh paint into the nib. Other than that, some best practices are to outline the area you want to fill first, then fill in the inside in one direction, instead of moving the pen all over the place like a normal marker. I prefer to apply my fills vertically from left to right since I am right-handed, but whatever works for you works for me. Then once I've applied a second layer to each color for optimum graphic appearance, we can move on to the most powerful step in the entire painting, applying the black shading and line work. When I tackle line work, I generally want everything to be as clean and smooth as possible. To achieve this high level of detail and control, I like to start with my small fine-tip black pen and outline everywhere that will be filled in with black first, making sure to go very slowly, referencing my image and trying to be as precise as possible. With that being said, I designed this image so most of the water has wobbly, messy edges, allowing for a little more freedom with the line work, and it only needs to be as clean as you want it to be. With some larger sections, you don't need as much precision with the outlines and can use the larger black pen to speed things up. And once I've finished outlining a section, I go back in and fill in all the black areas with that larger black pen. As my regular viewers know, I often like to add some text to my paintings just to give it a little something something. And I figured what better than to spell out dive in some of the darker bubbles in the water. As you move down the painting, filling all the black areas, you can take this chance to clean up any mistakes from previous steps. Smooth out any curves that need fixing, sharpen up any corners that were too detailed for the color fills, and watch as the painting comes to life before your very eyes with shadows and highlights and all the skill of a professional painter. With a little bit of patience and the spirit to persevere, you have been able to make something beautiful. And as you finish up the final few black fills, your painting is complete and we can reap the rewards from all our hard work together as we admire what we have created. Well, there you have it, my peoples. Our dive skateboard painting is complete, and I hope that by picking up this kit and following along with my video, you were able to make a painting that you're truly proud of, and I was able to show you a little bit of the process that I use for my paintings and just teach you a little bit about painting in general. And if you're watching this video and you haven't picked up the kit yet, but it seems like an experience that you would enjoy, then order yours from Alpha 6. There's a link in the description. It helps support me directly as an artist, and I truly think it'll be an experience that you will enjoy, and you'll be able to get a painting that you're proud of in the end too. Also, Alpha 6 makes some great stuff, and you'll have some amazing supplies to try out and mess around with after you're finished painting your skateboard. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. That would be fantastic. And if you like me, you like the channel, and you want to help support me, the number one thing that you can do is to subscribe, and the number two thing you can do is to pick up this kit today. As always, I truly can't thank you enough, and it means the world to me. And with all that out of the way, and without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!
Thanks for watching.